For those who may be interested, just a few details on the WazzUp model. This is the carbon layup, so it's a little bit heavier than the glass one, but it's super stiff, super strong, and normally the landings I have on the coast are somewhat indifferent and often going into thick gorse, etc. So on this model, it's fiberglass in the front of the fuselage but reinforced with carbon strips. So I've used these tabs that come out the nose. They're nice and flexible, so they're not going to break off. And my aerials, twin aerials on the jetty receiver, of course, are routed out through the nose. It seems to work really well. Telemetry gives me the information I need in terms of the signal strength and the receiver voltage. This is running on lithium-ion Panasonic batteries and 2,200 milliamps, and that's basically located in this part of the nose here. So this model needed 400 grams of weight to balance up the front, and switching it on is so easy. I don't have to keep removing the canopy. I just touch the magnet to there, and the model is now live. We can see a little flashing light. That's the Pico switch that I get from John Wells Designs. So now, in terms of the controls, I've got the flaps linked to the aileron, so I get something like only maybe 5 mil of up flap in the turn, but down flap, no down flap. That's because I don't want any drag, and I can do more or less axial rolls without having to manipulate the other controls, rudder and elevator, so in a lazy way. It's an all-flying tail, so the all-flying tail controlled with linkages that are already in the model. At the front, both rudder and elevator servos are based in the front. There's my telemetry pinging off, telling me I've got everything working. So in terms of the butterfly for landing, I've got pretty much probably 75-80 degrees of down flap, and about 40% up on the ailerons, giving me plenty of maneuverability if it gets a little bit bumpy. So unusual feature on the model, which we can perhaps see if I tilt it up, is that you can see it there. The fuselage forms almost a triangular shape, which means that underneath the wing where we grip to launch from, it's such an easy launch, such an easy grip, and it does go off beautifully. So another unusual feature of the model, as we can see, the wings are swept forward, and it's a really nice profile in flight, and you can almost get flat servos underneath. I've put some bigger blisters on this one just to give plenty of room.
Receiver voltage 7.76 volts.
Even in this modest wind, the model is moving along beautifully. Plenty of energy even at this to go up. That's maybe the cliff here is about 85 meters, so I just put 60 on that, 150 meters from relatively low speed. Try it again. Height coming in. Yeah, it's probably 170 metres quite easily. The other thing the model does is a superb loop. Plenty of height. Plenty of height. And the roads with that setup pretty much 8 seal with almost no input. It is a superb one. Again, plenty of energy in a short loop. Repeat. Up.
Receiver voltage 7.75 volts. Antenna 2, 6. Antenna 1, 8. Receiver voltage 7.59 volts. Antenna 2, 5.
I tend to like to scrub the speed off by just coming past me, flying inland, and then a quick turn.
Receiver voltage.
That scrubbed the speed.
Volts. Antenna 2, 5.
Coming in, don't need brakes yet. Coming in, brakes on. It's partially off, brakes on, brakes off. We're in the lift now. In lift, in lift. Just stop and down. So there's a WazzUp. The other thing I like to do is to separate the wing here. I put the inner multiplex flush with the inside and just leave this on it. There's a spring in there that stops it going down, and if the wing separates like that, I never like taping my wings up. They just pop out and pop back in. Of course, the forward friction keeps them nice and tight in the air, there's no movement whatsoever. But on bumpy landings like this, you can see the terrain here, it just stops the multiplex getting pulled away and so on. So that's how I set them up, and once again, it's a fantastic model. Well done, Eric.